Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the What Kind of Man at YouTube with another tank build review by S Model, another Chinese manufacturer, quite affordable and renowned for extremely simple builds, and getting two kits for practically the price of one within the box. We'll be attacking the Hotchkiss H38 or H39 light tank with two models inside. You can build one of each. To tell the truth, I'm impressed straight off the bat, not only for such an unusual subject, but the box itself already contains a lot of important information like decal scheme, colours, paints, the whole works. Very clear and simple, but not too flashy. This model also does not try to lure you in with a fancy box art. Straight into the instructions, same information. All in colour, all very clear, though being such a small and simple subject, there's a very small parts count. One tank is two sets of very small runners, barely over 20 parts, a massive decal sheet for two models, and photo etch sheet for two models, making a total of four runners and one little bag with bits and pieces. Quite a refreshing start to a model. The first thing we attack is the turret, also evident of swivel articulation. Goes together amazingly, no putty required. Evident that this thing can be assembled as a snap kit, though I advise using glue. The rear stabilizer, even though tried to go for an accurate thickness, was a bit fragile and brittle, though with a lot of care in cleaning it and gluing it together. I did assemble it, made a tiny error. The instructions was slightly vague, though later on looking at what the finished thing looked like near the end of the instructions, cleared up where the side struts need to go. The actual hull of the tank was also fairly easy, only a very tiny seam that needs to be filled at the very front and rear. I do love how the tracks, wheels, everything is moulded on one piece, a bit fragile, though once glued into place it's near invincible. The tracks itself was very tricky in cleaning the seam all the way around, though with a small sliver of sandpaper folded in half, just a little effort, time, and that would clean up very nicely. The last part was photo etch and the small bits and pieces and exhaust assembly. Clean up and attach okay. A bit of brass does wrap around the exhaust, though using something thin like a paintbrush shaft to bend around, that wasn't too hard, and just a touch of super glue, or much preferably PVA glue. You also, for the rivet counters, they come with super tiny rigging shackles for the front and rear. They're so tiny, no matter what glue or tweezers you use, they're just absolutely tedious and ridiculous. I did not bother gluing these on, though they weren't that well noticed. It's more or less an optional thing if you want to do it or not do it. If it's a bit frustrating, leave it alone. Don't be too concerned. In the traditional sense, I primed the underside first, allowed to dry, and painted the top. Due to its size, it was a bit wasteful to charge up the airbrush just for this model alone, so I put it aside and primed it while I was priming something else. Tamiya acrylics was my choice of poison in airbrushing this small piece, same technique as the priming bit, and all the other details was just hand picked and hand painted with a very fine brush. Usual sludge wash with Citadel, followed by decals. Decal sets due to some of the small ridges sticking out a bit, followed by Tamiya clear matte. Added note, a very wide variety of decals of all the different French army schemes, and it was an absolute joy to apply. Very good decals. I've heard a lot about S models. They're currently targeting a lot of unusual subjects and gaps of models, prototypes that other manufacturers generally don't touch. In their very simplistic nature and avoiding rubber or vinyl tracks like the plague, these just smashed together very, very quickly. I had the whole kits built up in a matter of 4 to 5 hours, and just another two in painting and decals. A very quick model to smash together and detail as some sort of breather or brake. That's just the magic of S models. I will be building more kits from this brand. I just absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it, and they're targeting some English and other unusual country designs I like. The fact that they're incredibly accurate beyond my physical patience, decals, photo etch, and that you get two practically for the price of one, for the lighter tanks under $20, for the heavier larger tanks $22 to $24, which is your standard Hasegawa or Revell price for a single 72nd tank. This is an absolute bargain and gives you the chance to either do other variants, airbrush jobs, experiments, bitbox, or share it with a friend. Great brand. This stage in my complete 72nd collection, this is my smallest tank, and comparing it with my freshly built mouse, the largest tank in my collection, there's quite a bit of gap. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, beginners or advanced modelers alike, recommended series of models to build. Catch you guys next time.